Hey team, good evening. How are you? Happy Monday. Coach Dana Cavalea checking in with you all tonight. I'm happy to come on here. It's been a long weekend and it's been a good Monday. Today was one of those days where I don't usually sleep in on a Monday, but today I said, you know what, I'm going to sleep till 8. So it was a good day, a lot of fun, just getting stuff done, catching up, and making sure that I'm ready to take on the rest of the week, much like you all. So I have an interesting topic, and it relates to a blog that I wrote that talks about your headspace. And what I find is so many today, myself included, we have this situation where we never feel like we do enough, we haven't done enough, there's so much more that we need to do or be doing, and we never know when enough is enough. So what happens, right? We're always on. And I know many out there, you've heard about burnout, and burnout is one of those words that really started to surface, I'd say, about 3 to 5 years ago, and it's sort of in line with what's going on in terms of people's mentalities and outlook. And it seemed like the more the dialogue and talk of success and achievement starts to elevate, so does the talk of burnout, because it's hard to really pursue something with all your energy, 100% effort, right? Which is going to throw you way out of balance, and then still have balance, right? So it's kind of a weird setup. So if we're going to go after what it is that we want, we have to really do that in a very strategic way, making sure that we have enough time to take care of our needs. Ultimately, we never want to end up in the state of all I do is work, yet I still feel like I'm not doing enough. So I talk a lot about scheduling. You have to schedule yourself in a healthy way, and part of that schedule has to include your training. It has to include a time where you say, hey, after this time, I'm no longer engaging in business. I'm no longer engaging in my work. Even if I love my work, after this time, I'm not going to engage in my work because it starts to get dicey. So personally, right, after about 7 o'clock, that's it for me. I'm done for the night. There's no more work, because if I keep on working, I'm going to bring that to bed with me, and I don't want to do that, right? And then it starts to trigger your mind, and you start thinking about this and thinking about that. But I think what creates this sort of obsessiveness, or where we become a slave to our work, is just the dialogue that we have with ourselves. And that starts with what's enough. When is enough enough? And that's where a lot of people struggle. They don't know what enough is. They don't know what a good day is, what a good day of hard work is. I did a talk last week with a buddy of mine who is an EVP at Staples, Jay Baitler, and we talked a lot about that, where people have been sold sort of this vision of working longer equals working harder, but they're two different things. So what I do for people is this. I'm going to show you. I have a little whiteboard here today. So when you set up your day, right, we have what I call your power plays. Okay, we got our power plays. And our power plays, these are our most important things. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. No more than 3 power plays, right? And now we come here. And underneath that, we have what I call your assists. Sorry, I'm trying to get in the screen. This way? Yeah, this way. Your assists. Okay? 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, if you were to nail all of this, you'd have a great day. You got all this stuff done. But your power plays are your most important things. These require high thought, which means they're also going to require high energy. Pardon my handwriting. All right, so they're going to be high thought, high energy activities. So they have the opportunity to leave you drained, right? But fulfilled. These are the things that most people don't get done. These are the things that they avoid, and they say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do these things. These are the big things on your list that you never get done, and you push them to tomorrow. And then you have your assists, right? These are like your little things, right? They're low thought. Okay? they're low energy. But if you do enough of them, they become high energy. So let's talk about this. What is this? What are your assists? Your assists are, answering those emails. Your assists are, sending out mail. Your assists are sending emails. Your assists are, maybe catching up on some articles. Your assists are all of these little things that don't move the needle a whole lot. But these things, right? These big blocks, maybe it's a project that you're developing, or maybe it's a staff training that you're creating, or maybe it's lesson plans, or whatever your line of work is. These power plays, they're draining because they require a lot of your energy. So what happens if you don't sleep at night? How are you going to feel going into this power play and getting this sort of work done? You're going to be shot, right? These are high thought, high energy. So if you're coming into your day tired and fatigued, are you going to be able to get these power plays done? No. So what are you going to do? You're going to come down here and you're going to get these assists done. Again, you got your emails, right? You got your phone calls, right? I call these your BS meetings, right? Meetings that lead to more meetings, right? All this sort of stuff that's like low thought type work or busy work, but it tricks you into thinking that you're actually getting stuff done. And for most people, believe it or not, they spend a lot of time on their assists and they say, man, how come I'm not getting anything done? Or why am I not moving the needle? Or why isn't my life changing? How come things are not changing in my life? And the reality is it's very simple. You're focusing too much on the assists instead of your power plays. Power plays are your big moving activities. When you get this done, boom, it's a game changer. It's going to change some part of your life. But they require high thought. They really also require high, I'll say, focus. And they require a high amount of energy. So if you don't sleep, if you don't exercise, if you eat like crap, you're going to pay the price because you're not going to have the desire to do these power plays. And I can't tell you how many people I coach from private equity, Wall Street, to CEOs that are spending so much time on these assists and not doing this. And then they say, you know what, I don't have enough discipline, or I'm not productive. And the reality is you're just making bad choices. So again, power plays, high thought, high energy activities that require high focus. The assists, low thought, low energy, sort of, you can just get them done in your sleep, making the phone calls, sending the emails. And a lot of people, here's an assist that they trick themselves into thinking they're working. I'll call it SM, right? Social media, scrolling and swiping. You're interpreting that as work. So if you're doing that for an hour, 2 hours a day, let's say, you're going to perceive that, and your mind's going to perceive that as work because you're burning energy, right? You're burning energy. But it's costing you this. It's costing you these power plays. So what do? What's the best thing? Coach, that's great. Power plays, assist. But what's the best thing that we can do here and that we should do here? Here's what you got to do. You got to ask yourself this question. When do I do my best work? And there's morning people and there's night people. You have to know what type of person you are. Where do you have the best energy? Where you can give quality time to your thoughts, and where do you have the highest energy and focus so you can get these power plays done? For some people, that's not in the morning. Some people like to start their day and sort of ease into it. I'm not one of those people. I have to hit the ground running in the morning, and as the day goes on, like this, like by now, I'm a little bit tired. So I can't do any power plays basically after 2 o'clock. I'll say 2 o'clock. So that for me has to be in the morning. Whether it's writing books, whether any of that has to be in the morning. But you have to determine what the best time is for you. So when you have the most energy, you're the most excited, you feel great, that's when you have to schedule that power play. And for a lot of people, it's not first thing in the morning because they're late in the day people. And if you're a late in the day person, you have to really focus on preserving your energy all for later in the day. So you can't let these assists, the emails, the phone calls, the meetings and all that burn you out for later in the day. Schedule your high focus, high yield, high thought activities for when you're at your best. And that is something that you really have to remember. Again, if you're in the art world, you're an artist, Think about it. Most musicians, most artists, even most athletes, they're at their best late in the day. Schedule yourself to be backloaded instead of front-loaded so you can conserve your energy and you can focus on your power plays and give it your best effort. So remember, power plays are those needle-moving activities that get things done. The assists are all the little things, those little petty things that add up and trick you into thinking you're getting stuff done. So if you're somebody that says, hey, I'm not productive, I need to get more done in my life, I need to figure these things out, just ask yourself, when am I at my best? And that's when you have to schedule these power plays, which are high thought, high energy, high focus activities. They may need to be scheduled later in the day and not early. And these assists that you got going here, emails, phone calls, all the little stuff that just takes up time, sending mail, paying bills, all this little stuff, move that off your plate until you get these power plays done if you can. So there's a couple different ways to do it. Like I said, some people want to put the power plays first, even if it's later in the day, and sort of backload their schedule. You can do that. The key is don't let these assists take away from the main course, which is your power plays. And I can't emphasize that enough. For people that say, I'm not getting enough done, or I'm not effective, or I'm not feeling the needle move, I'm telling you, look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, and I guarantee you, you're just spending more time on the assists and not enough time on those power plays, which are the big things, those building blocks that get things done for you. It would be like an example. I'll give you an example. Like if you're writing a book, you're spending more time thinking about the book, thinking about the design, or you're just, sort of outlining things, but you never actually write, because the writing is the power play, right? And most people avoid the power play and they focus on the assist, which is making it look pretty and working their schedule to when they can maybe sit down and write if everything aligns. So you got to ask yourself, what are those power plays for you? Again, I'll give you an example if you're a writer. But let's say you want to start a business. Well, sitting there on a piece of paper and drawing out your business plan, that's nice, but you have to take action, right? So it's like, hey, where do I want my business to be? Play offense, it's coming, right? Where do I want my business to be? Let me go find real estate in that area if I'm going to do a brick and mortar business. If I'm going to build an online business, what's the platform I'm going to use? And let me sign up. My big thing is put your money down. Put your money where your thoughts are, and you'll see how quickly you buy yourself in. I look at that, I call it poker mentality. If you're going to sit at the table, buy yourself into the table, and now you're playing the game. And I do that all the time. I buy myself into the game. And a lot of people don't do that. They say, oh, this is why I can't do it. I don't have the money for this. I don't have the money for that. I'd love to do that. You have the money. You waste it at Starbucks quite often. Buy yourself in at the table so you can start playing the game and start playing the game to win. Now, everybody's at a different place that listens to this, but I want you to understand the theory. You got to buy yourself in so you can start playing the game. It's amazing. When you put your money down and you buy yourself in, now you're serious. For a lot of people, that's how it works, right? So you got to remember, your power plays are so important to getting you where it is that you want to go. And your assists are exactly that. They're secondary. You want to be Michael Jordan or you want to be Scottie Pippen? Both great players, but remember, Michael, he was the one that got it done. And, in this last dance season that we're in right now, I wanted to just kind of use that simple analogy. But exactly, you got to buy yourself in. Buy yourself in. Take a shot. If you want to start an online business, open a Shopify account. Start building, and you'll figure it out, right? Nobody's going to give you the answers. You got to be your biggest fan, and you got to buy yourself in, whatever it is. So I wanted to just share that lesson with you today, because for so many of us, we feel like we're always on, or we're never getting anything done. And if you keep doing, like I said, these assists right here, which are low thought, low energy activities, you're never going to get yourself going. It's the power plays that get you moving and get you to the place that you want to be. And they take it. That's the work. Everybody says, it takes work. It does. Those power plays take work. It forces you to sit down, not listen to your own excuses, buy yourself in, and get going on what it is that you want to do. And it works for everything. Again, when I started writing my first book, Habits of a Champion, this book right here, I had no idea what I was doing. But I said, what do I need to do? So what do they say? They say it's called writing a book. They don't say planning a book. They don't say, delegating a book. They say writing a book. So how do you write a book? You start by writing the book, and then you figure out the rest. What does a book need? A book needs a cover. Who designs covers? And that's how you do it. And that's the same for anything. When I had training facilities, brick and mortar facilities, I never did that before. I never signed a commercial lease before. I learned about commercial leases. I learned about the length of the lease. I learned about the liabilities. But I was still doing it. I didn't allow those things to knock me down. I bought myself in, and you have to buy yourself in to whatever it is. And when you do that, you start doing the right work, and you get those habits of a champion, boom, everything starts changing for you. But we're in a culture right now, at a time right now, where everybody likes to listen to everybody else, and listening and sort of waiting to hear what the next podcast is going to say. That's the assist. Spending too much time there, you're never going to move your own needle. And that's my big lesson for you today. I want you to take action. I want you to build whatever it is that you desire. I want you to be scared to death as you're building it and taking the action, right? Being scared to death and sitting still, paralyzed, that's not going to help you. Be scared because it's normal, and you're not going to be able to erase that until you take the right actions. And that's playing offense, right? We're playing offense on our life, offense on our dreams, and we're making things happen. Whatever it is, whatever part of your life. If you want to get in shape, tomorrow, start a workout. I don't know, coach, I've never done this before. I've never done this kind of workout before. Should I do it? I don't know. What's the best kind, right? What's the best kind? Should I run? Should I do a boot camp? Should I do this? That right there, those are more assists. What should I do? How should I do it? When should I do it? Tomorrow, pick a time, pick a workout, and get it done. We could simplify so many things in our life if we think like this, but it's about the action. You take action, I'm telling you, you will win. But most people like to live in the contemplation phase of life, and they like to play defense, but not this crew here. This crew plays offense. That's why I love you guys, and that's why I come on every night, just to say hello. Well, I try to come on Monday through Friday. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and I appreciate all of you coming on and listening to this, and I hope that it helps you. I hope you don't just see this and then move on to the next thing and start watching what the next person has to say, and then when they finish, it's the next person, or you read this book and then the next book and then the next book. I'm telling you, it's right here. Power plays. Big things that you need to get done. If you got one done a week, for some, if you got one of these done a month, that's 12 over the course of the year. Life would be amazing, and it would change, because what are we addicted to as high performance people? We're addicted to growth. We love moving forward. We love challenging ourselves. So let's all put our hands in tonight, and let's agree to take some action starting tomorrow. I'll give you the night to relax. We want to avoid that burnout, right? So we're going to rest up tonight, and tomorrow we're going to hit the ground running. So I have one request of you. See, I keep my yellow pad next to my desk at all times, and I have my plan for tomorrow, and I have my plan for the week, and it says, this is what I need to get done over the course of the week. I don't have to do it all tomorrow. If I do it on Wednesday or I do it on Thursday, just this is what I have to get done for the week. That's how we set up a big win. So for you, I want you to do the same thing. Write one thing that you consider a power play that you would like to get done this week. And then let's say like to, and exchange it for one thing that I am going to get done this week, because that's something that I've promised to myself and that I'm going to get done. Got it? So get that one power play down, and let's all commit to a great week. And I'm going to stay on you for that. And that's what I got for you tonight. So I hope you all enjoy. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be going live with a good friend of mine for the Becoming a Champion show. I'm going to have a guest, and he's a great friend, and his name is Adam Elberg, and he founded what's known as professional PT, professional physical therapy. And I love him because he's a big Yankee fan. He's a Long Island guy, and he started with nothing, and he built a 200 plus physical therapy chain all through the Northeast. And he's going to share his story with us tomorrow as to some of the things he was dealing with, some of the fear, how he built this business. And the greatest part is he was a baseball player, and he didn't really know what he was doing, but he was figuring out along the way what to do, and he was great with people. So tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and tomorrow is April 28th, April 28th, 2020. So check him out, Adam Elberg. I'll let you all look him up this evening, and he'll be on with me tomorrow. I don't know maybe he'll wear a Yankee jersey or something, but he's got a pretty awesome Yankee memorabilia room at his house, and he's a diehard. But he's going to shoot us straight, and he's going to give us honest talk, much like I give every single night. He's going to talk about his journey, both the ups and the downs, because there's ups and there's downs. So I'm real excited to have him, and I hope you all can join us tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook. And if you miss it on Facebook, I'm going to record it, and I'm going to post it on YouTube as well. So great night tonight. Hands in. Let's go, my friends. Power plays and assists. Power plays. That's how we move our needle. The assists, those are the things that waste our time. And thanks again for coming on tonight. And I'm starting to have some regular fans, so I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging, everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy, relax, and I'll see you tomorrow